There's nothing worse than having your house on the market for sale. You just sat down for dinner and you got a 30-minute notice for a showing, and now you got to bundle everything up, try to make it smell good because who knows what you were cooking, and get out of the house in time with bedtime on the horizon. Like there's not a world where we see people selling their home while they're living in it be sane. And it's really tough for landlords who have tenants in place.
It's tough for everybody.
It's so tough. Like
it is a very, very difficult situation to get around.
Yes. And then there's a third arm to this is when you're a landlord and you have a property 3 states away, 4 states away, 10 hours away. Like
Right.
Remotely managing a property can be very, very tough. And there's a lot of high stress situations because there's a lot of moving parts. So we kind of look at, when we sit down and have a listing appointment, our ideal situation, and we even put that on our little book. Our ideal situation is you stage the home and you don't live there anymore. Whether you've
Right.
temporarily moved out or you're living with family or you take a nice vacation for a couple of weeks. I don't
Right.
care what it is, but I need you out of the house at least for the first 2 weeks of showings. Because one, it impedes the showing cadence,
Yeah.
and 2, it keeps the sellers crazy. They're just crazy because they're just stressed out, especially if they have family or if they have pets. Oh, the worst is pets in a house during showings and they're barking or cats are escaping outdoors. But then you've got a landlord that might have tenants still in place,
Yes.
and they really don't care because they
Yes.
don't want to move. And I mean, I've showed houses with tenants in place, and it's weird. It's just weird. You have people sleeping in beds when you go to open a door, and you're like, "Oh, I didn't realize someone was here." You've got paraphernalia everywhere, and it's just awkward.
You never know what you're going to see.
You don't know what you're going to see. So, do
it's-
you recommend landlords list with their tenants in place?
We always have our landlords. They want us to show it as soon as you can.
Yes.
And we highly recommend not doing it.
Right.
We tell them because of the tenants. There's like 5 or 6 things you got to worry about. They got to keep it clean 24/7. Most people aren't going to do that.
No, because their houses would be clean all the
they're
time if that
living
was
in
the
it.
case.
Yeah. If they have family, they have kids, they have pets, you're going to have to schedule around that. They got any dogs, cats.
Yes.
We've had
Birds.
so many cats. We've had birds roaming free in the airway.
Mm-hmm.
You got to worry about all the pets getting loose.
Yes.
Especially with dogs, you got to worry about getting bit.
Yep.
So you got to worry about that. You got to.
I don't think you can ever relax in your house because you're waiting for that next showing to come through.
You got to make the tenants leave.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want them in the property. You don't know what they'll say, what they'll do while you got a realtor showing a client.
I mean, I've heard horror stories of people walking into people having a shower, and because they just don't. They're like, "Well, I live here. This is my house. Why do I have to clear out?"
Yeah.
The overall feeling is just really interesting. And every once in a while, you'll get a great tenant. They'll be like, "Yep, we'll get out of the house. We'll follow showings." But usually, those are the ones that are breaking lease and need it to get leased out quickly.
Yep. Well, we tell our owners it's better for us to do the make-readies, get the house in good showing condition, so the first impression when they walk in the house, they're going to get a positive instead of somebody Bubba sitting on the couch,
Right?
doing whatever. So you're getting a better first impression by doing that,
Right. Well, and they can actually look at the property. They're not
usually not losing much time.
No.
Maybe 2 or 3 weeks listing time, but it's much better. You want to get that person wants that property and they want it now. So if you're giving them a good first impression when they come in, then they're more likely to get it than trying to pretend that wall's black right now.
Right.
We're
going to paint that later. Yeah.
They just don't get over that.
No, because they usually don't. It's not clean. It's not designed. It's not staged.
They can go to the house down the street and they can get what they want.
Right. 100%. And on our end, like It's really tough to list it while living. And every once in a while we'll have sellers that do live in the property, and we have to go, okay, what's the strategy? I need you, just because your showing time is usually an hour, right? You have an hour to show. Let's say it's from 10 to 11. I have to let them know they may show up at 10:57.
Right.
And they may stay till noon. And we're not going to be mad about it because they're in the house and they're showing it. So you just have to be flexible to be out 30 minutes before. Don't plan to come back till an hour later, and have the dogs out and have the kids out. And I mean, we've had clients that will just jump in a car and sit down the street and just sit and wait and watch. Please go down a couple streets, because you can always tell which one is watching you, because that's always awkward. The lights are still on in the car. It's running, like, awkward. Or you have parents that will take their kids to the park, or we struggle with the professionals that work from home. I'm like, well, I have a meeting. Do you want to sell your house or not?
Gotta have a conference call.
You gotta get out. I'm so sorry. Having a lot of, like, baskets, we always tell them, like, if you're living in the home, just have baskets you can just throw things into and shove it under a bed and call it a day so it looks nice. But I will tell you, showing as many homes as we've shown over the years, you can tell when they're living in it and you can tell when they're not. And the only times that you usually can't tell is when they're like a downsizing older couple that always have a clean house. And you're like, do they actually live here or don't live here? And then you go in a closet, you're like, nope, there's clothes. They're still here.
You still get the smells, the cooking, the pets, the kids. You get those smells. You get the dirty carpet.
Yep.
You get the fingerprints on the wall, or
everything.
The Sharpie coloring where they go crazy.
There's always some horrible thing that happens before a showing that you're trying to fix. So I feel like the best way to keep your sanity while selling your house is just to figure out a way to temporarily not live there.
Get it vacant.
Yeah, get it vacant. And if you can't actually move out of your house, go move in with family for a little bit. Go get an extended stay hotel for a little bit. Go on a vacation. We always try to time it out. Like, we just met with a lady who's thinking about selling, and she's like, oh, my daughter's over here doing this. I'll just go spend 2 weeks with her and visit her. I haven't seen her in 2 years. Like, that's a great plan. We will line everything up with that schedule. Because overall it just makes everybody feel much better.
But it also allows you 24/7 showing time.
Yes.
You can have people, hey, I work till 8 o'clock. I can't see it till 9 or 10 o'clock.
Yep.
You don't care.
And there's no notice. So if they're down the street looking at another house and they want to look at yours, they can just pop right in. They don't have to wait an hour notice to get into it. Or you're not trying to coordinate the showing. When life hits hard, late payments, medical bills, job loss, or even the need to move quickly, many homeowners feel trapped. The fastest way out seems to be selling to a cash investor, but that means giving your home away for pennies on the dollar. You don't have to do that. Nearly half of homeowners today are equity rich, and that value belongs to you. With our One Move program, you can unlock that equity immediately, get cash in hand now, and still share in the upside when your home resells. Or, if you'd rather, we'll shop your property to multiple cash buyers so you can choose the best offer instead of settling for one low bid. Go to DunnDealOffers.com and discover the smarter way to get cash fast without losing the equity you've worked so hard to build.
Hello, my name is Greg Batchelor with Real Property Management, and I'm here to talk to you about your rental property. Choosing a property management company can be challenging, and here's why. On the outside, it appears everyone is providing the same services, which makes it difficult to narrow down which companies you'll actually call. Interviewing companies over the phone and in person takes hours, as does following up on references, pouring through lengthy contracts and legal documents, and getting answers to your follow-up questions. As you can see, this process can be daunting and time-consuming. So here's a few questions you might consider if you're planning on interviewing other management companies. Number one, what fees are charged to lease and manage your home, and are there any hidden fees in the contracts? Number two, how many homes and what types of properties do they manage? Number three, how many homes do they lease per month, and what are their average days on market? And number four, how quickly do they get your monthly rental proceeds to you? Homeowners have been asking us these questions for years, and that's why we manage tens of thousands of rental properties nationwide. As our clients can affirm, we eliminate the headaches, hassles, and challenges of being a landlord. So you now have a choice to make. You can spin your wheels, interviewing, researching, and pouring through hundreds of pages of legal documents with several companies, or you can hire the done for you, no headaches, no hassles, guaranteed services of Real Property Management. We know how stressful leasing and managing a home can be, and we know it takes a large, dedicated staff to manage your home effectively. We currently have tens of thousands of property owners who rest easy every night, knowing their properties are being professionally managed 24/7, 365 days a year. We have a customized plan to lease and manage your home. No trial and error, let's see how it goes attitude here. We will get your home leased quickly to qualified tenants and get the money to you in a timely fashion every month with the most accountable tracking system in the industry. We wouldn't have the client base that we do if we didn't deliver on our promises day in and day out. There are two ways to get in contact with us for your free, no obligation, in-home consultation to let you know what your property will rent for. Fill out the contact information form on this website and we'll call you back shortly, or just give us a call.
There's ways to get around showing if you have to still live at the property, but even still, I would recommend temporarily for as many days as you can.
Gives you more options.
Get out of the property.
Yeah.
Because the first 2 weeks are usually your best weeks on the list side. But if you're a landlord that has a property far away that's not within driving distance, like how are we managing that?
Usually, if it's a do-it-yourselfer, they have a neighbor that. My next door neighbor, he's watching the property, but is he really watching the property?
Like is he no?
I mean, if you do, you need to make sure you got everything in place. Like, where's the water shut off valve?
Yes. Yeah, wintertime. If there's emergencies, you definitely want someone there to keep an eye on the house.
Do you have a sprinkler system? Is it turned off for winterization or the faucet covers, or have you put those on? You need to have a plan for basically anything that could happen to the property while nobody's there.
Right.
Now, are you going to do it? Or
and
your
insurance policy should be updated for it being vacant during that too. That's another side note for both of them.
You're not a homestead. It's not a homestead insurance.
Yep.
It's a renter's policy.
And it's a vacant renter's policy too, which is a whole nother thing. So yes, okay, sorry, that was a
so there's all things that all kinds of things you gotta take into consideration.
Yes. Then on top of that, you want to have the vendors that can be at the property that. And sometimes if you bought a property in another state that you've never been to, you probably don't have a good vendor pool to choose from. So it makes sense to have a property management company that has their vendor pool.
You got a vendor book. You got a vendor for anything that could happen to a property.
Yes, and they're usually almost on demand, essentially. Like they know if they're getting a call from you, it's business, we got to go. It's probably usually pretty quick. And if they can't get to it, you need to have a couple other options to work through. Would you say most landlords have that resource?
Very few. They may have maybe an air conditioned person or maybe an electrician, but they don't have somebody for everything.
Irrigation and roof, electrical,
landscape, fence.
Yep. Plumber.
With the Texas storms that blow through here,
fence.
The fence could fall down. The roof could get damaged from
screens
hail.
Are gone. Windows, gosh, the last hail storm that came through was taking out people's windows.
Right.
Cracking them straight through. I mean, you can't make this stuff up.
And you don't live in state, so how are you going to know that something happened to your house?
And why do you even want to have to worry about it? Like, I don't want to be checking the weather in Kansas all the time to see if they've got tornadoes going through.
Right.
Like if I have a property in another state, I don't want to think about it. I just want the check to show up each month. That's it.
Right.
That's all I want to do. So how many would you say you have a lot of out-of-state landlords that work with you guys here locally, or do most people live here?
We have a lot of that. I'd say probably 20-30% of our properties are out of state or out of the country.
Wow.
I mean, we have owners in China, Saudi Arabia, England,
Yep.
France. So, I mean, we have them. It's
So-
global.
And they don't want to worry about it. They hire you
Yep.
and you take care of all the
Right.
things. And that's just the package deal, regardless. I mean, that's the package deal regardless of if they lived here or not.
Right.
Hiring
You could live next door.
Yes.
Still
not have to deal with it.
hire it out.
I
Yeah.
would, because they're your neighbor. You don't have to talk to them about all that stuff. So having the system, having in contacts for emergencies.
Oh, I have a funny story.
What's your funny story?
We have a duplex where we got the owners on one side.
Oh,
the
no.
tenants on the other. They're physically in the same house.
Yes,
but
same
it's
roof.
split down the middle.
Yep.
And they hired us because they don't want the tenant to even, they think they're a tenant.
Oh, smart.
It's a smart thing to do.
That is smart. So they're just a neighbor.
And we get a ton of calls from that
Both
side
sides.
of that duplex, but we don't get any calls from the owner side. Go
That's
figure.
so funny. Okay, any other things about keeping sanity? It's kind of a loaded question because to me, keeping sanity while doing this is just don't do it. Don't try to show a property while you live in it. Don't try to show a property while you have tenants in place. Don't try to manage a property that's outside of your driving distance.
The time that you're doing all this while you're still in the house, it's not really, in my opinion, it's not gaining you anything.
No, one and like
And it's probably you're probably losing more people, potential candidates,
Right.
than you are
because they can't get into
time.
the property when they want to, or when they do show up, it's not in the condition it needs
Right.
to be in. We noticed too, like we have a lot of families that are trying to save money because they're about to have 2 payments or whatever, and next thing you know, they're having to eat out every night because they're too afraid to cook in their kitchen because
Right.
they don't want dishes and they're this and that. And I'm like, this is way too stressful, and the amount of money you're spending on restaurants every week, like.
Right.
Just stop it. And it's just not good for you food and it becomes a nightmare. Like it's just the little things like that. I mean, I've sold many houses while living in them and it was just awful because you like, especially people who have more than one pet and they're trying to load them all up in a car. Or I'll have people say, well, the pet's too old. They're too heavy. I can't pick them up. I can't get them in the car. It can't jump in the car. So the dog needs to stay behind. And I'm like,
You're going to leave them in a room. You
Yes.
shut the door, so that's one room they can't look
they can't
at.
get into. Or you put them in a garage if the weather isn't horrible at the time. It might be too hot, too cold, whatever. And they're just barking the entire time. And it stresses out the poor dog the whole time. And there's just no be good friends with your neighbors. I've had some that will just go next door to the neighbor's
Yeah.
house and hang out over there for a little bit, and sometimes that works out really well. And if you've got that situation, that's great. But the overwhelming majority of people don't have that kind of flexibility or those sort of resources. And we've said the amount of time that it would take you to just do it right the first time is worth it to just, especially if you can have it all clean, nice, and you're out of there and you don't have to worry about it.
For you, it's similar to staging, but you don't have the people there. So I can see where staging is very
It's huge.
beneficial for you, but
Well-
you don't have anybody there.
And a lot of stagers sometimes won't stage if you're living in the home. I have one that's great that will do occupied and unoccupied, but most stagers, they don't want you touching their stuff.
Right.
And so they won't come and stage it. And that kills your value too if you don't have a nicely staged home,
Right.
especially in a slower market. So
Luckily, we don't have to worry about
we
that.
don't have to worry about it. I got the right contacts. So, okay, I think that's your checklist of things that you could do, but ultimately the answer is just don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. It was a trick episode. All right, we'll see you on the next one.